Hey everybody, it's me again, AkashaWolf. So you guys, if you guys have seen my previous video, it was on the angel guides. That was basically the ending of the guides type thing. I'm going to get into more detail with that type of stuff. But just like I told you guys before, you know, I'm trying to work my way up with you. And right now I wanted you guys to have your guide. So basically it's someone you can look back on, and basically if you feel scared about something, you have them for protection to be around for you as, you know, you're progressing and learning new things and trying out new things. It's really good to feel like you have someone with experience on the other side there with you. So you guys, I have decided we are going to be doing altars, because an altar is basically, I guess you can say it's basically the basic. Yes and no at the same time. I kind of feel like energy is basically the basic, but I think I'll move on to energy after we do altars. But the number one basic thing you basically have to start out with to have is a Book of Shadows, or for those of you who might see it as a BOS. Some books that's how they put it as, but Book of Shadows. You will need a Book of Shadows. A Book of Shadows is basically like a journal. It has all your spells. It's a spell book basically. It has all of your spells, your experiences, dreams, you know, maybe things you learned and stuff like that. It's that type of thing. Some people like to have separate books. For example, like a dream book, a spell book, and like a journal, basically, keeping track of different experiences and stuff like that you go through throughout the time and whatever. But this is the thing, you guys. A lot of you are probably going to want, you know, a specific, all professional set up Book of Shadows. And also you probably want me to make a how-to video. But for right now, I want to give you a basic, you know, type of startup. Not all of you are going to be able to, you know, really get crafty with it and, you know, just get straight into it automatically right away and whatever, you know what I mean? And maybe some of you just don't like to take the time to get all crafty with it. You can be a lazy witch, it's okay. We all have our moments. I've had mine for a long time sometimes. It took me a long time to even start it, you know, which is stupid. Like, I had a journal that I'd, you know, write to, and I'd tell my experiences and stuff like that in there. And stuff like, you can also keep spells in there that you have learned from other books that you really like, that you know work for you, or you just like having them there so you have to go looking for the book, which is something I need to do. So far I've only like had my experiences in there. Maybe like I have one or two spells in there that I put are my favorites, and then I also have a couple that I made up on my own, different rituals and stuff like that. As for this is not my Book of Shadows. This is like my Book of Shadows for modeling and acting. I guess that's what you can call it. It's called my Model Magic magazine. But anyway, this was like a project that I did for a school I attended. Great school. But I'm going to use this as an example. But anyway, you guys, you have to get started with your Book of Shadows, so that way you're able to take notes and stuff as we're continuing through this path I'm putting you guys on. I'm not putting you there, I'm just guiding you, okay? You're here on your own. You can use a spiral notebook, doesn't matter, it's completely fine. As you can see, people wrote in this. This is not mine. I have mine on me. I would show you, but I don't. All you can do is, you know, just write in there for now. You can put whatever you want. If you want to have things sectioned off, which I highly suggest for your Book of Shadows, you can get little, those really big spiral notebooks that have like little folders in between that can help you section it off. As you guys know, those other notebooks that don't have spirals, it's like taped on the sides. Those are the type of notebooks I loved using, that I would always use. I had like a bunch of them, but if you were to put them together, I think I'd have a nice sized Book of Shadows. But anyway, I talk a lot, and I'm not breathing while I'm talking. This is a good example of something to start out with. This can be like your Book of Shadows, basically. You can get a binder, because that's what this is. This is a binder. You can put Book of Shadows on like a construction paper and decorate, make it look all pretty if you want to. You can have this Book of Shadows black if you want. It doesn't matter. It's all up to you guys. And as you can see, I have the colored, construction paper up in here. I hope you can see this. And as you can see, there's like these like little plastic things that are holding it all up in there and stuff. As you can see, I don't want it too hard, I might break it. But like you can have your table of contents, and that way you'd be able to find the different things you have in there and everything like that. But another thing I suggest is that is that maybe if you guys want to be all crafty about it and section it off, you can get those the little things that have the little things that pop up on the side. Sorry you guys don't know the name for any of this stuff. I feel like a dork. I feel like I don't know nothing sometimes. But yeah, it's just basically all these little plasticky paper things that you can just fill up. And what I like about the binder is that you're able to open it and remove stuff and switch things around, organize it, and not feel like, you can't find nothing. As for these, it's a little more harder to do, but with a binder, it's much easier and whatnot. Because, like, let's say you mess up on a page and you think it looks ugly, and you don't want to go ripping shizzing out of your Book of Shadows, right? So I think a binder would be a really great idea. This I got the 99-cent store, you guys. It's not really expensive. You can go to the 99-cent store and get almost anything. It's sad. It's just amazing. I just love the 99-cent store. I feel like, I don't know, I just love it a lot. So anyway, you guys, for example, we have Silver Ravenwolf's The Ultimate Book of Shadows for the new generation of the Solitary Witch. This book is amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's like a Book of Shadows, basically. It's by Silver Ravenwolf. I actually did a video on this for SpellsOfMagic.com. Can't believe I forgot that. At SpellsOfMagic.com. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? And, I basically tell you about it and stuff like that. But the reason why I love it so much is that if you guys can see right here, you can see it's got black and stuff like that. This is how she has it sectioned off. And this is basically the best way to have your Book of Shadows. For example, like let's say you're looking for altars, you just, come up to this little black spot right here and go, Witchy! And it'll take you to like tools and altars and stuff like that. It's sectioned off so well. I love it. And then look, you're at the next chapter already. We're just taking that little page off right there, and then let's do it again. And Witchy! Oh, there we go. It just excites me. I had wanted this book forever. I finally got it, and it got wet. I was so mad. You guys have no idea. I was upset. But anyway, you see, that's like a good way. I'm not saying make a book, but you can get a binder and set it up like that. Absolutely amazing. For those of you who are interested in this book, just go to Spells of Magic DC. Click right here. And I will basically give you like a whole talk on it and everything like that. And at the bottom you can find a link that will take you directly to it if you wanted to get it online. But yes, you guys. So when it comes to altars, so basically I got done telling you about a Book of Shadows. Now, what I'm going to be doing with the altars segment or section of my videos is I'm going to go through each item on an altar first. So that way, at the end, you will have an altar, and I will tell you all about altars and stuff like that at the end. But first, it's going to be each item in particular. And also, I'm going to give you the item, and then how to make it on your own, because I know not everybody can just go out and buy one. That scared me, you guys. That actually really scared me. But anyway, whew, oh God, I'm scared. Anyway, I was not ready for that. Anyway, I'll give you a how-to video because I know not all of you can afford it. Like, I couldn't afford this stuff before. Not that I still can, but I make it and then I'll save up for like one that I just want or whatever. But you guys don't have to buy like just the stuff. You can make it at home. It's completely fine. You can use other things instead. But yes, I'm going to do a how-to video, after I've explained it to you. Like first it's going to be an explanation video, then a how-to video. But let me show you some of the things we're going to be going over, and besides I just want to show you my sword too. So anyway, you guys, we're going to be talking about athemes. For example, an athame you usually see it as, sorry, I don't want it to fall, oh whatever. An athame is a two-sided blade, if you guys can see this. I don't know if you guys can see this. If you guys can see this, it's a two-sided blade. This one here is black. You can also find this at SpellsOfMagic.com if you're interested. But yes, a two-sided blade. This is actually pretty small. You guys can get them bigger. It's usually like a little dagger is all it really is. And it's like, they have some this big, hopefully you can see that, like this big and whatnot, and also bigger. Some people don't use the little daggers, or the daggers, or the athames. You can also have a sword. As you guys can see, this is a sword, and it's two-sided, so it can be used like an athame. Alright? This one is actually mine. I got this recently. I'm so happy. I love this sword so much. And I think I like using this for rituals. Now the thing about this is that a lot of you are not, I think a lot of you are not old enough to have weapons or whatever. So you might not want to start out with a athame, you might want to start out with a wand. But some people feel there's a difference between a wand and an athame. To me, it represents, one represents male, the other represents female. Now, the thing is that I shouldn't be explaining this now, because I'll ruin the video. So anyway, you guys, if you get one, be safe. Don't go try to stab your brothers and sisters or whatever. And yes, you can also use this instead of using like the dagger. We're also going to be talking about, your pentagram that you may have on your altar, how you can make one on your own. I still have this one. I still haven't gotten one. Also, your cauldron is something that you can have on your altar. I don't know if it's necessary. I don't think it's really necessary. But yes, your cauldron. Also, your chalice. As you guys remember this one from my very first video, which I think was kind of horrible. Like I told you guys don't need a metal or professional chalice or whatever. But here is my old one. Here is a new one that I got. And I got all this for 99 cents store, guys. You guys can even use a regular cup. It doesn't have to be all fancy and skinny and then big at the top. It doesn't have to be big either. It can be like this or like this, which is really cute. But it can be a regular cup like this. But yeah. Oh, that was really good soda. But yeah, it's going to be a regular cup like this that you can use for your altar. But also I'm going to tell you about the different candles and stuff, what they represent, different spots on the altar, what they represent. I'm just going to get completely into detail. Whew! I was talking a lot. My mouth is dry. But yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed. I know this video must have been really long. I'm just in this real talkative mood. But I hope you guys enjoyed. So guys, I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the other videos that are going to be coming up soon. Bye!